Hey guys, so today is the first day of the Back to College series. Woo! So today's sorry that seems so unexcited. But yeah, today I will be talking about the first thing for this college series, just basically strategy and organizational tips, because that's where you kind of have to start at the beginning. This is a week before I go back, so this is what I've been doing, kind of trying to get myself ready to go back so I make sure I don't forget anything. I have a list here of things that I want to discuss. There are 8 bullets and we're just going to make it quick and easy and we're just going to go through them. So here we go. First thing, number 1 is making lists. As I made a list here, I make a lot of lists during my life because sometimes there's just a lot of things that you want to do but you don't remember until you actually get to the store. And then you're like, wait a minute, what are all the things I need to get? Like, you'll remember like maybe 2 or 3 things, but then you'll get home and then you'll realize, oh my gosh, I forgot that one last thing. So making lists definitely help in the long run. Number 2 is planning ahead. I have here, it's the big print 12-month calendar. So I got this at my dollar store for $1, obviously. And I always buy this kind of calendar every year, because it is huge. Look at the squares, they're so huge and obnoxious, and this really helps me out because I can write down every little thing I need to remember, like what test is, what exam is due, or what papers are due, when projects are due. It's easy for me to see, plus I can write down other events that I'm going to. It's just really organized. I also have in my book bag, as I will show you here, my skull book bag. My other video I'm showing you, I have so many book bags, but this one is the one I use a lot. I have in here, my mom gave to me, just a little stationery set. It has markers and kind of like a notepad in there. So even like along this road, if you can just take this with you, like your book bag, and have it use a planner, if that works best for you, just to write down stuff, because it doesn't hurt to write down information that you don't want to forget and then you can look back on. This first semester away at school, my roommates were like, oh, you're crazy. But I seriously worked on like projects that were due like 2-3 weeks from then. I like worked on them and just got them done. If you have a project that is due in 2 or 3 weeks and it's literally something you know you can finish in like 30 minutes, do it. Like, don't procrastinate. Don't just like be like, oh, it's due like whatever in like 2-3 weeks, I'll just do it the night before, because most likely you'll have other projects piled onto that and then you'll be the one being stressed like the day that's due, but you're like, oh man, but I have this to do. If you just annihilate things that are really easy at the beginning, then you can say, oh, that's already done. So then when it gets close to the time, you can just be like, oh, well, I already did that. So that's free time on your hands, and that's just easy. And plus, if you mess up, you can look back on it, so it's not like you're doing it the night before and you're doing it wrong. 4. Number 4 is sit in the front of the class. Sit in the front. If you are in high school and you have assigned seats, you I guess you can't really go with this, but I mean, if you're a college student or if you're at a high school or whatever, that you can pick wherever you want to sit, please, like, sit in the front. Like, I know it's kind of like, oh, it's lame to sit in the front, but no, really, like, when you get to college, you'll probably have a lecture class with like hundreds, 200 students in there, no lie. Like, I had my first one this past semester. I had a health class that literally was, I think it was like around 120 people, and the first day I walked in, I just went and sat in the back. I was like, whatever. It was just syllabus day, but I was so distracted by the sea of heads just all in front of me. I was just like, how can I focus? So the next day I chose to sit in the second row, and that just helped me so much because it's just you and the teacher and then the projectors, and you can just focus. You don't have to look at some guy who's like texting on his phone or some person who's talking to their friend on the side, and it's like really distracting you from the lecture. And yeah, so that's really a helpful tip for you. Make friends in your class. They don't have to be like your bestie. You don't have to like go to the mall with them or go out to eat with them. But like, I mean, like, I would say like a friend who isn't like an associate kind of friend in your class, because this really helps out for a day you miss class or you're sick or you don't do well on the test, if you just become friends with someone who's sitting next to you and just be like, oh man, oh my gosh, what'd you get on the last test? And they'd be like, oh, B, and then you'd be like, oh, I got a C. How do you go about studying for the test? Like, they're hard to me. And like, that person, I highly doubt that they're gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell you how I study. Like, they're just gonna be like, oh, well, these are the kind of notes I take, and then you guys can make friends. And like, I did that this past semester. There were days I missed because I was out of school actually for 2 weeks because I got really sick, and I had so much help from other people in my classes. It was like insane, like people that I barely even knew, but just because I talked to them and I'm a friendly person, I came back and they were like, here's my notes if you need to copy them. Like, since you were out for like 5 classes, here's all the notes. Like, it's amazing how nice people are. Like, don't just like be like, oh, like just don't overthink it. Don't think like, oh, they're not gonna want to share notes with me. They will. Like, if you're nice and it's just everyone's in the same boat, and I'm pretty sure people like to help out others. I mean, as long as you're not annoying and keep asking for notes every day and skip every day, then yeah, that's gonna be annoying, but no. If you can, which I did this in high school, but you really weren't supposed to, but whatever. I actually packed snacks because, and I would like sit at my desk and like sneak the snacks, but in college they don't really care. I just sit there with my snacks. I'm just like, whatever, eating. Because it kind of sucks if you go from like breakfast to lunch, but like there's like a 3-hour gap of time if you're not eating, and sometimes just to keep going, and then from like lunch to dinner, depending how your classes run, it's just, and if you have after school activities, it's just, you can't be running low. At least as long as you have, like, I wrote down some examples, I called them protein boosters. Just quick little things that you can pack in the morning, put in your bag for the day. It could be easy as peanut butter and crackers, Greek yogurt with oats on it, nuts. My favorite is trail mix, because not only are you getting the raisins and the nuts, that's healthy proteins, but you get chocolate in there, so it's not always like, oh, I have to eat healthy all the time. No, I'm not telling you that you have to eat healthy all the time. I'm just saying it's good to have healthy alternatives in your diet. So yeah, and for breakfast, I would say, like, if you can't make something, like just like a granola bar and some yogurt, just quick little things that you can scoop up in your bag, eat really quick while you're walking to the bus stop. It will help you in the long run, and do not skip meals. Do not skip meals. So number 6, being involved. Don't think, oh my gosh, I need to do so well in classes. I'm just gonna be 100% school. Because that's seriously how I thought when I was back at community college. And you're gonna be run down, you're gonna break down, you're gonna be really upset because you're gonna be stressing about school. You need to take that time to get a break. Do things that you like to do. It doesn't necessarily, I wrote down here about like getting involved in clubs at your school, like anything you like how I like art, so art club, ceramics, sports, like any book club, like things that you are interested in, because that will free your mind from the workload, and it's nice to just take like that extra hour or so just to free yourself. Number 7, kind of the same thing, making free time. I don't know why I wrote that twice, so I guess we can skip to 8. 8 is just do your best. No one cares. Don't think, oh my gosh, I gotta get straight A's this semester. Oh my gosh, I need to do this so my GPA goes up. Like, no, just do well. Do what you can. Study as hard as you can. Just do, like, if you get a B, it's not the end of the world. If you get a C, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. You are gonna do fine. It's the people who push, because I saw that a lot in school. There was like a couple like people I saw in school up there where I go to school. It's just, a lot of them are just so focused on doing so well, and that's what everyone's there for, like doing well. But when you let that overtake your life, it's not good. You shouldn't let it overtake you, like being like, oh, I gotta get like the highest GPA, I gotta get 4.0, oh my gosh, like no, like just do the best that you can. But if you are having problems in classes that you're getting like D's and F's, please talk to a professor. Don't think it's not cool to go to your teacher and be like, no, they're gonna think I'm stupid. No, like right after class, just walk up to the desk. I did that for my women in the arts class, for my ceramics class. When I didn't understand stuff, I asked. Actually, I have a story. In my weaving class, it was like the first couple of days, we got these books with 1 million patterns in them on how to do like the weaving patterns. I didn't understand the book. I honestly didn't understand. So he was showing us a demo, and he asked, did anyone have questions? And everyone was quiet, and I was just like, you know what, screw it. So I raised my hand, and I said, I honestly don't understand how to read the patterns in the book. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And he did a little demo again about how to read the book. And literally 2 girls came to me after class and was like, oh my gosh, Shaniwa, I'm so glad you asked the teacher. I didn't understand either. Because of me, other people didn't know, but they were too afraid to ask. It's not that hard to ask. It doesn't make you seem stupid. It's just you want to learn and you don't want to mess up. So the teacher actually looks at you highly for coming and stepping up, because usually people just shy away and they're like, oh, well, I guess I'll get it eventually. No, just get it there at the beginning. And that's all I can say on that. And the last thing I just point out was limit procrastination. No procrastination. Hope you guys take that to heart and everything I said. I know this is kind of a lengthy video. I usually don't do lengthy videos, but I just wanted to point out everything. Sorry if I'm talking fast. I just wanted to blade through all those topics for you guys. Alright, I will see you later on this week for more of the Back to College series. Bye-bye. Have an awesome Monday.